Hey guys, it's Sophie. Welcome back to Vegucated. Today I'm going to be making some quick bake, vegan, of course, whole wheat cinnamon rolls. Cinnamon rolls? Cinnamon buns? What do you say? Either way, somebody's gonna not like it. Cue intro thing.
Hey, yo.
I don't have yeast, so I looked up a recipe for no rise quick bake cinnamon buns, and I kind of transformed the recipe as per usual into my own thing and created these whole wheat vegan cinnamon buns. So let's get into the recipe. So as always, here we have all of our ingredients that we're going to use. That's a lie, I forgot about the plant-based milk. And I'm using Melt vegan butter for this recipe, but you can use coconut oil or any other vegan butter. I'm going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit because that seems right. And now we're going to start by making a flax egg. Very exciting, and that is 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed mixed with 3 tablespoons of warm water. And just stir the pot a little bit there. And we're going to set that aside and let it thicken. Now we've got our whole wheat flour. How nice, we're posing. Oh, okay. I'm measuring 2 cups of this whole wheat flour. You can use all-purpose, but I just wanted these to be a little more on the healthy side. That was a nice movement that I just did there. Did you see that? Now we've got our sugar. It's very hard to open, as you can see. Now I'm going to measure 2 tablespoons of sugar and add that to my flour. Next is baking powder. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons. Oh, that was a voice crack. 2 teaspoons of baking powder to my dry ingredients. Now I've got some pumpkin pie spice here. This is totally optional, but I think it's delicious as heck. And I'm adding a pinch of salt. And now I'm just going to whisk my dry ingredients together. This is me trying to find a good camera angle which will fit both me and the baking. And here's something funny that happened. I ended up propping it up on a candle stand on my wall using a banana. And that's how this angle came to be. Now here's our flax egg, and I'm not quite sure why, but there's a random whiteout roller on my kitchen counter. Now I've got almond milk here. I'm using unsweetened almond milk, and I'm measuring out 3/4 of a cup of unsweetened almond milk, and I'm going to add that to my flax egg and use a whisk and beat that together. Next, I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of my vegan butter and I'm going to melt that, but not completely melt it, just get it a little melty up in there. And I'm going to add that to the dry ingredients, not the wet ones, into the dry. And I went in there with the whisk, but it's better to just, go right in with your hands. Make sure you wash your hands before you do this. Now I'm going to add my almond milk and flax egg into this dry mixture. And I'm going to use my rubber spatula and mix that together. Now this turned out as more of a batter So what I ended up doing was just adding in a little more flour. I didn't measure out how much I added, but I would just add it in increments of 1 tablespoon because I think I added a little too much here. And yeah, the dough's a little dry, but that's okay. So I'm just really mixing it together with my hands there, making sure that everything is incorporated. And now I'm going to lightly flour a surface on my counter, and I'm going to roll out this dough. Now I didn't have a rolling pin handy, so I used a drinking glass. Well done. Now roll that out into a rectangle-ish shape, something that resembles a rectangle. And you're going to want to brush that with some more vegan butter. I used about 2 tablespoons here. And just lather her up. Next, I mixed together some brown sugar. I think I used about 1/2 cup, and a bunch of cinnamon. I love cinnamon, so I used a lot. I think I used like a tablespoon. And I'm going to sprinkle that onto the melted butter dough rectangle vessel. And I added more pumpkin pie spice. Wow. We're gonna roll it really tight. I did not do a very good job at all of rolling this tight, and it shows. I bombed this. This was not good. Okay, so I've got my log here, and I'm slicing it with a very dull knife. I do not recommend this. I recommend either using a very sharp knife or going in with dental floss and snapping it up like that, because this just did not work out very well. Now I'm lightly greasing this. I used a pie dish, but you can use a square baking pan, whatever floats your goat. And I'm just adding my rolls, or my buns, what do you say, rolls or buns, into this dish. And see, you can see how not tightly rolled these are, because they're kind of falling apart. Good. So now these are going to go in the oven. Pop those babies in. And I'm going to let those bake for about 20 minutes. And I put them in for 20 minutes and they were a little overdone. So I recommend checking on them at around 15 minutes because they came out a little bit dry. So now here are my ingredients for my glaze that I'm going to make. Yes, I am now wearing a different sweater. I have changed. I'm adding a cup of powdered sugar to a bowl and vanilla because I love me some vanilla. I'm adding some more pumpkin pie spice. We've got a theme going here. And a bit of plant-based milk, just a splash. I should have measured this. I'm sorry guys, this is just an epic fail. You're just gonna pour that over all of your rolls there. And you have some nice cinnamon buns.
Hey guys, so these cinnamon buns turned out pretty well. I think I left them in the oven a little too long, but other than that, they were pretty good. I would definitely recommend you give them a try, and they were fun to make. I always love making cinnamon buns. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, let us know what you want to see next. We love hearing from you, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye guys.